Episode 251. Is that you, Debbie? The punishment for Gideon Ambrose and Flora Ambrose is decided by family tradition. It will be implemented now, Lincoln Ambrose said. The other people knew that Lincoln took the matter with Alex's family seriously. If the punishment were delayed for a few days after the rest of the family had left the estate, they may wonder if there had been favoritism toward Alex's family, which wouldn't be conducive toward Lincoln's management. It was best to punish his parents and make an example out of them in front of everyone right away, to prevent other people's censure and establish prestige. Yes, Dexter said. He hurried out of the hall, and he soon came back with 6 strong men. Everyone felt a chill at the swiftness of their movement. Dexter and the men walked towards Alex's family. Although he kept a solemn expression on his face, Nathan Ambrose was happy to watch the situation play out. When he was a child, he had seen other people being punished. Alex's family was about to be made into an example for their disobedience. His family had lost their reputation in front of the whole Ambrose family. Grandfather? Alex looked up at Lincoln and said solemnly, "I'll take my parents' place." As soon as he spoke these words, everyone was surprised and began to whisper. If Alex took his parents' place, he would withstand a 15-minute attack by the Ambrose family's guards, all skilled martial artists by himself. The punishment was not for fun. It could be very painful. "No, it must be your parents," Lincoln said. "Grandfather, according to our family's traditions, if someone is willing to replace them, it can be allowed," Alex stated calmly. "The punishment is still valid. It will not weaken the ties that bind our family together." Alex could feel his grandfather's pain at having to enforce such a strict rule, but he also understood why his grandfather could not back down. He wanted to do everything possible to bring this matter to a satisfactory conclusion, but he couldn't watch his parents suffer. "Grandfather, I'll take my parents' punishment. Please, I beg you for permission." Alex firmly looked at Lincoln. "You're only a child." Lincoln had a worried look in his eyes. But Alex had spoken up and offered to take his parents' place, and he was right that there was precedence for him to take his parents' place. Lincoln was forced to command Dexter. "All right, the punishment falls to Alex alone." Flora and Gideon didn't want their son to take their place, and they actively tried to persuade Alex to stop. He shook his head and said frankly, "I've never paid you back for all the years you took care of me. It's my turn to do something for you. Mom, Dad, don't worry. I'm in good health. It'll be nothing." "Alex, you're so funny. You want to show your respect for your family in front of your grandfather. But this could be the last honorable thing you do," thought Nathan. Nathan remembered when he had been a child, a man had been punished for 30 minutes, but had fainted after 25 minutes. He had been much stronger than Alex. It would be good for him if Alex lost. Alex began to prepare for the punishment with the help of another family member. "Don't move, Alex." "What are you going to do?" "Let go of Mr. Alex." "Get out of here." The scolding voices of the 4 Moon Girls were heard in the hall as they floated in to rescue Alex. Although they knew that their actions were bold, they couldn't see him be harmed. A middle-aged man standing behind Lincoln reacted quickly and blocked the 4 maidens. The man's name was Conan. He was a highly skilled martial artist who served as Lincoln's bodyguard. When Conan was 25 years old, he had already defeated several martial arts masters across the U.S. After he had become Lincoln's bodyguard at the age of 26, he had disappeared from the martial arts scene. He focused instead on protecting Lincoln every day, but his skills had not declined. After 10 years of hard work, he had perfected a technique that had made him famous. Although Conan was thin, he was solid, and his one vigorous technique helped him gain the upper hand against the Moon Maidens. But the maidens were not afraid of him, even if they could tell his skills rivaled even that of Georgina Fox, their previous master. Although the 4 women joined hands to fight together, they were still in danger of being killed by Conan's fierce style. Conan attacked Celeste with his fist and kicked Callista with his right leg. His hits sufficiently incapacitated them, so he moved on to hit the other 2 maidens with the next blow. Everyone saw how fast he moved and realized it was going to be a very short fight. They expected to see the Moon Girls all fall to the ground in the next few seconds. Celeste was trying her best to resist, but felt she was going to be defeated. "Hold on!" A ghost-like figure darted toward Conan. The figure's right hand reached out to grab Conan's right fist and twisted it around, shifting Conan's strength to the wrong side. At the same time, the figure pushed Celeste out of the way. Conan's right foot was kicked wide, throwing off his stance. Conan stepped back and was shocked to see that the figure who had intercepted his attack was Alex. The young man clearly had some skill. As Conan was just a bodyguard, he didn't dare to fight against a member of the Ambrose family. He immediately stopped his attack, stepping back and looking to Lincoln for instructions as what to do next. Alex had kicked his right foot very hard, and it still throbbed with pain. When Lincoln saw Alex's powerful martial arts skills, he was shocked and a little pleased. He indicated with his eyes to Conan that he should stand behind him. When he saw Conan's attack was over, Alex quickly turned his attention to the Moon Girls. "Are you all right?" "We're okay. Thank you for saving us," Celeste said. The maidens felt very happy. "That's good," Alex breathed a sigh of relief. He turned toward Lincoln, knelt and pleaded guilty. "Grandfather, they're my friends, and they don't understand the Ambrose family rules. Please forgive them." "I won't pursue them, but we will move on to your punishment," Lincoln said in a deep voice. He was worried about Alex. He couldn't admit it, but he was not displeased to see that his grandson had supporters who wanted to save him. "Yes," Alex replied with relief. Looking at the 4 women, he said softly, "My grandfather has let you go. I want to accept the punishment. Please stand to the side and don't do anything to interfere." "Mr. Alex!" The 4 women couldn't bear to see him attacked. "No one is allowed to move. That's an order," Alex said to the maidens. They exchanged looks with one another. Each of them still wanted to fight, but they also knew it was important to obey Alex's command. Alex went to stand in front of the group of men when his phone rang. Although family events at the Ambrose estate were important affairs, everyone always kept their cell phones on and were allowed to step away and take incoming calls. It was understood that with so much business constantly going on all over the world, it was important to keep the flow of communication going smoothly, even through parties like this. But taking a phone call during a punishment like this was not usually done. Alex felt awkward about the sudden interruption and quickly took out his phone to hang it up. But when he saw that the call was from Leona, he was stunned. Why could she be calling? Is there anything left to say? What is she thinking? He thought. The phone kept ringing, echoing throughout the hall. Everyone looked around in confusion. They were worried that Alex might actually answer his phone right then and there, making Lincoln even more angry. Then, Alex did exactly that. He put the phone up to his ear and said, "Hello? Alex?" Debbie said when she heard the sound of his voice. Her heart trembled. She could hardly believe that she could hear his voice. "Sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have treated you that way. I was wrong. I don't know what I..." "Leona, you..." Alex felt his heart rising, though he was trying not to hope too hard. "I remember now. I'm not Leona, I'm Debbie. I remember everything that happened at Preston University. You saved me. We spent time together. I found the necklace. I remember that I was your girlfriend," Debbie rambled. She was overcome with emotion. Alex listened to her words over the phone, his face filled with joy. He completely forgot where he was standing. He only had one sentence in his heart and mind, repeating over and over. "Debbie remembers me," he thought. Debbie plucked up her courage and asked in a trembling voice, "Alex, do you still want to be with me?" Her heart felt uneasy as she held the phone, and her hand began to tremble slightly. Would he still care about me? She thought, thinking back to every time he had tried to reach out to her, and every time she had turned him down. Lindsay was standing next to her, giving her silent support. When she saw Debbie trembling, she hugged her and rubbed her shoulders. Alex was confused and hesitant. He wanted to believe it was true, but they had been through so much. But finally, after a few long moments, he said slowly, "Of course I want you." Hearing his words, the tears in Debbie's eyes began to fall. She cried with joy. Alex still wanted her. He hadn't given up. Lindsay hugged Debbie. Her heart was happy for them, but a sense of loss churned quietly underneath. She tried not to think about her own feelings for Alex. "Debbie, do you want me?" Alex's eyes shed two big tears. He was happy, but he wanted to hear her confirm her feelings. "Yes, I want you. I don't want anyone else. I just want us to be together again," she said into her phone.